All right, so in this video, I want to present something to you and then ask you a question about it. I want to present to you a description of an emotional state. And then at the end of that, I will ask you if you ever felt that before. I'm kind of like just curious because these feelings that I'm going to describe to you are feelings that I've had that I've been curious whether anybody else has felt them. Is this a description that fits something you felt before? Because it might help me to know that others have felt this. Anyway, the feelings I'm going to describe are what I guess I would call, man, I had a phrase to label this feeling. It had the word trauma in it. Traumatic, yeah, that's it, traumatic sadness. Sadness that is traumatic, yeah. I've written about it before in several writings, and so what I did was I printed out my description of traumatic sadness so that I could, have a fair shot of describing it with the accuracy, with the nuance that I used when I was writing about it. So there's two dimensions to this traumatic sadness. The first I want to call the dreadful drudgery, and then the other one is going to be a more severe related, man, shut up. Maybe they're mad at me for sitting here amongst them, and they're yelling at me, get away, get away. I guess these birds are mad at me for invading their space. Yeah, the dreadful drudgery, and then the cold black wave of death, which is something I tried to explain in yesterday's video, and I really wanted to come back and give that a better shot. I see them jumping around from tree to tree and just kind of yelling at me. Well, maybe I'm paranoid. They're not really yelling at me. It's not my business. But then again, I don't know. All right, so the dreadful drudgery. I'm going to read to you, so I'm going to be looking down at this paper, of course. And so that's where to explain while I'm looking down instead. The feeling here has a somatic component that feels like a pressure from outside the body, like a crushing. It can alternate with a reactive pressure coming from within, as if it were a compensating response of feeling like you are going to explode. So it can feel, metaphorically, like you're trying to live your life at the bottom of the sea, where the water pressure crushes in on your body. Movement becomes difficult in this pressure. You feel tired from doing the most simple things, and you never quite get used to it. Occasionally, you rebel against it, and in these moments, the pressure comes from within you, and you want to explode. But here again, there is a semi-paralysis of pressure stasis, where your explosive pressure is only enough to meet the external crushing and spares you no energy for any other movement. Soon enough, you give up and surrender again to the crushing from outside. Often, this pressure feels most intense in the throat, giving you a sense of difficulty in breathing through it. To a slightly lesser degree, you feel it down through the chest, but the whole body feels it to some degree. Now, for the cold, black wave of terror. Imagine how you might feel on the day you are taken prisoner and led to your jail cell where you know you'll spend the rest of your life. You know that once you are put into that cell, you'll never come out. This one is truly horrifying. This feeling will fuck you up. As before, the somatic component involves a pressure sensation, but it is magnified tenfold till it makes you panic completely, losing all composure. No, really. It feels perhaps like a cold electric shock shooting through your body that overwhelms you. You lose your composure and drop to the ground, incapable of standing. You tremble and scream automatically, not even thinking about it. You no longer possess yourself, but are owned by the intensity of the panic, like an animal. At that moment, you have no way of thinking in terms of self-preservation. You can't have a thought. You are choking. Your throat is so constricted. But you force air through it to scream and then reload your lungs in short, gasping spasms. Your body is denied any movement you want for it. Your mind races in panic as your imagination directs attention to each direction in space around your body, as if frantically looking for a direction that will allow escape. But all directions only confine you, deny you any escape. And each direction's denial just sends you deeper into panic until you give up. You just let the crushing pressure pass through you. My speculation is that no human can really tolerate that feeling for more than 1 or 2 seconds before some kind of psychological device kicks in to take the sufferer out of it. Which is why I think people can only feel flashes of this at a time. But those flashes are truly horrifying and must be somehow dealt with and avoided wherever possible. One must avoid the kind of thoughts that make these flashes likely. I recall feeling these cold waves of terror perhaps twice. Thankfully, they are very brief, lasting no more than a second. And because they were both infrequent and brief, they by themselves didn't comprise what I would call a hellish agony. Rather, they were the pinnacle of experiences of less intense, yet much longer drudgery that can still make life hellish. Yeah, it's kind of an electric shock kind of feeling. So yeah, that drudgery with the heavy being underwater metaphor, does that resonate with you? Have you ever felt that? And have you ever felt the more intense flash of electric shock, panic running through you? Yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments, all right?